Games. Kenta Nishimoto of Japan up against the number 8 seed, Sinisuka Ginting, the beaten finalist at the All England Championships earlier this year. Well, this is the third quarter of the draw, and safely through is the beaten finalist from 2018, JPN, winner last week in Finland as well. And also in this section, Rasmus Gemke, who was beaten in the final in 2020. Not to mention, the defending champion is also in this section, Wenhong Yang, the left-hander from China. So it's a very strong section of the draw. As we welcome Kenta Nishimoto into the arena, first of all. And the Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo, Sinisuka Ginting. Going to have a birthday on Sunday. Will be 28 years of age on Sunday, 4 days' time. How wonderful it would be if he could celebrate his birthday by playing in the final. A long way to go, though, because as I was mentioning, it's a very tough section of the draw. Well, I can tell you, as the players just get themselves settled at the kit boxes, that this will be a 13th meeting between these two players. And of the previous 12, Sinisuka Ginting has won 8 of them. But the last time they met, which was in the first round of the Indonesia Open, one of the 4 Super 1000 events earlier this year, it was Nishimoto that won in 3 games. And look at that scoreline in the deciding game, 21-8, exactly 1 hour. So Ginting chooses ends. Ah, now there you go. There's a player that I think is very sensible.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, there's a drift, and even if it's a very slight drift, I would still choose ends.
Yeah, I mean, serve or not serve in the singles discipline doesn't really seem important to me.
No.
At all.
It used to be important back in the dark ages when I used to play, and you could only score a point when serving.
Yeah.
So of course it was an advantage to serve because you could get your point score moving along.
Or if you were allowed to do an overhead serve like in tennis or something, that gave you an advantage. I just don't see an advantage in serving.
No. No. Or indeed in receiving. So
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So why do the players not choose ends? Well, Ginting did. This is Kenta Nishimoto, who is 30 years of age, from Mie Prefecture on the southeast coast of the main island of Honshu. Studied law at university, so he's a very intelligent young man, and naturally left-handed, but has chosen to play badminton right-handed. Went down 1 place on the world rankings yesterday to 14. As you can see, he's been as high as 9, a total of 8 weeks across 3 different spells. 8th consecutive appearance here for the Japanese player. That's good support for the Denmark Open. Mind you, this man, Ginting, is making his 7th appearance here. And last year, he was a quarter-finalist, losing out to the eventual champion, Wenhong Yang. And that was the first year in his 6th appearance he'd ever won a match here at the Denmark Open. He had had 5 first-round losses prior to that. He, as you can see, is from Cimahi, west of Bandung, in West Java. Our umpire for this one is Leonardo Mendoza from El Salvador, and our service judge, Laro, from Greece.
Nogle forskellige meningstræninger i de nye spil- og konkurrenceformer, som Badminton Danmark vil introducere.
Well, as far as Nishimoto is concerned, he's never got past a quarter-final so far this year, and he's already played 18 tournaments. As I was telling you, Anthony Ginting was in the All England final where he lost out to his teammate Jonathan Christie, having beaten Victor Axelsen in the quarter-final stage. But that's his only final of the year. 3 finals last year, won the Asia Championships and the Singapore Open for a second consecutive time. When playing, incidentally, and it's the consecutive Singapore Open final. Sort of made that event his own, did Ginting. Yosuke Nakanishi, Japanese coach for Nishimoto.
Please make sure your phones do not have the light on.
And for Anthony Ginting,
ladies and gentlemen,
he won
on my right,
Seattle.
Kenta Nishimoto, Japan. And on my left, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting, Indonesia. Anthony Sinisuka Ginting to serve, low ball, play.
So the number 8 seed from Indonesia, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting, in the battle of the bronze medalists from the Asian Games in Jakarta in 2018. It's gone long of the back line, a backhand clear goes long, an indication of the drift. Yeah, good rally, and that's a beautiful smash to end it from Kenta Nishimoto.
2-1.
Now, we know, Steen, that Ginting is a beautiful mover around the courts. That seems to almost glide around the courts. A lovely poise and balance when he plays shots, the majority of the time. But just give us your analysis on why Nishimoto has enjoyed success. What are his strengths?
Yeah, he's sort of like... in Danish, you used to liken a player to a certain type of dog, a terrier.
Yeah.
But he's always there. He doesn't have the biggest of smashes. He's not the fastest, but he's really fast. He's reasonably fast, and he can play on when he's in good shape. He can play on in a very high pace for a prolonged period of time, and thus put pressure on his opponent.
For a long time, he was sort of the nearly man in world badminton, wasn't he? He finally won his first ever title in his 7th final. And that, rather fittingly, was his home event, the Japan Open of 2 years ago.
Yeah, so he probably wants the Japan Open to go back to Osaka.
Yes.
Only time for a long, long time. I don't know if it's... I think it's been played there before, but it's normally in Tokyo. But 2 years ago it was in Osaka, and Nishimoto played magnificently.
It was the week after the World Championships, wasn't it, in Tokyo?
Service over. 5-3.
And he's starting out in his normal style, Nishimoto. Energetic. Question mark is whether the overall stamina is there.
Well, he's
Service
played
over.
5 of the 6 World Tour events
4-5.
since the Olympic Games, says Nishimoto. He was in Paris. He lost in the last 16, the first of the knockout draw matches. So the only World Tour event that he's missed since the Olympics was the Taipei Open.
Yeah.
3 first-round losses.
Service over.
Yeah.
1 second-round
6,
loss. But the
4.
first event after the Olympics, he was quarter-finalist at his home event, the Japan Open.
I really I like the energy that he comes into the match with. I mean, you can see that when he's playing here, well, he might not win this match, but you know that he's going to
7-4.
give his very best. What he has in the bag today, that's what you're going to get from him. I think that's a really good professional effort.
Eight, 4.
Well, Ginting didn't have the best of times in Vanta last week at the Arctic Open. As with here, he was the number 8 seed and he lost in the first round to Li Guangzhou, who then promptly lost in the second round. Oof. Lucky net board.
Service over. 5-8. Thank you.
It's the All England final that sort of saves the year so far for Anthony Ginting, the way I see it. Otherwise, it's been mostly to the disappointing side, the results.
Yeah. More than half his tournaments so far have been first or second round losses.
Yeah. That's a great block there.
6-8.
And it's really close to the net.
Missed it.
Service over. 9-6.
Now you see an error like that, Steen,
10,
I think screams
6.
of a player that's lacking confidence.
Yeah, and yeah, that one there.
Yeah.
Lacking confidence and lacking that little extra 5, 10, I don't know how many percent, but a little percentage to be 100% alert
Yeah.
in this game
Service
here,
over.
where I feel that's what you get from Nishimoto.
10.
That
Yeah.
that
I agree.
he's there, he's ready, he's going with what he's got today.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about in the earlier matches the drift, that Ginting is playing with the drift here in Arena Funen. And that's more difficult because he can't push his shots to the back line or so. But when you've seen
10.
Ginting before, you know that he's one of the best players in drifty conditions. He really can play with the drift as well because he's so speedy.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him being speedy here in this match. And there's been a lot of talk about Olympic blues and all that stuff, that's difficult for players to move on after the Olympics, and I appreciate
11-8,
that.
intro ball.
But both these two players have been at the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Nishimoto has very much earned his 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval, and all credit to him for that.
高さ使えばさ、スマッシュくるの結構時間かかるから取れる。それで全然いいです。もしくはまあ開くんだけど。今さ、一番いいのはドロップとかハーフスマッシュ結構いいの。それは欲が出てないからもういいの。やっぱ点数がね、終盤ってくるとどうしても欲出ちゃうから、その時にエラーするとちょっと注意して。思いっきりだったらちょっと内側に。今カットスマッシュとかさ、つなぎドロップ結構いいから、その辺今のまま欲出さずですね。
supaya dia juga kepancing main kamu gitu ya. Kalau ngumpan-ngumpan dia enak tuh, sekali-sekali boleh tinggi, tapi udah siap dia main datar-datar terus.
11-8.
Ini sekarang dia udah kepancing sebenarnya. Mainnya ikutin kamu. Cuman harus lebih disiplin lagi tuh pukulannya, ya kan? Kalau makanya kalau ada bola-bola enak dikit ganggu-ganggu lagi ting.
So 11-8 the advantage to Nishimoto. No question it was wide.
Was it a challenge, or are we just having the court mopped and there's a challenge on the other court?
No,
there's a challenge on the other court.
Yeah, no, there's no
I
challenge.
get confused.
Wait. 10, 12, play.
Yeah, now that's good
Service
play
over.
from
Much better.
Ginting.
9-12.
Wow.
Way long.
Service over. 13-9.
Yeah. Nishimoto's clear was actually a little bit short, where Ginting intercepted it with his backhand, but still a sign of the drift alongside the court.
Go! 14-9.
Short again. Yeah.
Service over.
You know what I think has
10-14.
drifted out of Ginting's game a little bit, whether it's because,
Quick.
you know, he's now about to be 28 years of age, or whether it's change of coaches or you know, things have happened in his personal life.
Yeah.
He lost his mother
Yeah.
and so on. What I see different to Ginting today, as opposed to the Ginting that won the Olympic bronze medal in Tokyo, is suddenly within the rally injecting pace of movement.
11-14.
And because of that pace of movement, suddenly opponents would be under severe pressure.
But I totally agree. And the thing is that the basic pace was much higher than what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
This is very close to.
12,
I won't say
14.
that. I'll just say this is not a very fast-paced Ginting compared to what we've seen him doing. But I thought about that. When was it that he unfortunately lost his mother? Because that took its toll on him.
Very much so. It was on the 9th of August, 2023, last year.
Yeah.
Service over.
Yeah.
15-12.
He's had a lot to cope with.
He has.
He's now engaged, so got engaged on the 25th of the 6th June last year, so his mother would have known that he was engaged.
Yeah. So as I calculated, he's been in one final since
16,
he lost his
12.
mom.
Yeah.
And that's the All England.
Yeah.
Kenta. Thank you.
But, you know, a few years ago, everybody was talking about Ginting was the fastest player in world badminton. And then suddenly in 2021, along came Lo Ken Yu and won the World Championships. And everybody said, crikey, there's a player even faster than Ginting.
Yeah.
How is that possible? But, you know, I'm watching him today and I don't really see the speed or the injection of pace in the rallies. And it may be, I mean, for months and months he was wearing a knee support, wasn't he? Strapping on the knee, injury problems.
17,
age,
12.
you know.
Yeah, there's all kinds of factors that plays into it.
All kinds of factors.
And also, I mean, you even as a professional athlete, you gain weight over the years. You gain muscles.
Yeah.
And you still have to carry those muscles. I think I've mentioned it before, but some of the old results from a singles player playing in the 92 Olympics showed that he gained 9 kilos of muscles from his from coming out of his junior age until his 30 years.
But don't you think that's more common with male?
Yeah, because you work on getting stronger.
Yes.
But in singles, it's
19,
a balance because
12.
I mean you have to, he used to say every kilo you got extra on your shoulders, you've got to carry in your legs. So for a singles player, large shoulders is not something that you necessarily want to go for.
No, exactly.
Good shot.
But the young female athletes tend to be able to cope physically with senior badminton than
20.
the male
Game
players
point.
when you come out of boys badminton into senior men. I mean, they don't develop their muscles properly until they're 22, 23.
Exactly.
Something.
That's what we see across all sports, I guess.
Yeah. So it's game point opportunities for Kenta Nishimoto, 8 of them, against the number 8 seed, Anthony Ginting. Yeah, only needed the one opportunity.
Game.
21-12 opening
First
game.
game won by Kenta Nishimoto, 21-12.
Yeah, and it all seemed to happen in pretty much double quick time. 18 minutes.
Kalau pinggangnya nggak sakit,
On a
jangan
run
ada
of
pikiran
7
gitu.
straight
Pokoknya
points
temponya
to
udah
close
bagus.
out
Karena
game
apa,
number
Bang?
1.
Dia ngikutin kamu sekarang. Kalau kamu merere itu pinggangnya nanti nggak enak kan covernya ya. Dia bisa kuat. Tapi kalau tadi kan beberapa poin tinggi-tinggiin aja nggak apa-apa. Tapi ada data, ada tinggi aja udah. Yang penting kamu kalau dari tengah belakang ini kalau bisa gitu aja tekan aja dikit. Nah, backhand-backhandnya jangan buka kalau bisa. Sekali-sekali oke, Ting. Tapi kebanyakan ke tengahnya aja. Nah, depan udah bagus panjang. Tapi kalau udah bisa gini ya, Ting. Misalnya gini kan, jangan semua di datar. Dipelanin juga gitu. Jadi dia supaya nggak...
フォア前ジャンプワンジャンプフォア前ワンジャンプセンターでワンジャンプラウンド化みたいなそれ結構インドネシアオープンで結構ハマってたから、そのイメージももちろんあるでも基本的にはやっぱね上げてしっかり横を守ってもいいと思うよそれ無理そうだったら打ってこいどんぐらいアウトなのかまずさ後ろがさ分かんないことにはさ体力だけ使ってさ打ちまくったら後半やっぱきつくなるからそれは良くないうまくね今日ロビング出して結構レシーブ結構安定してるから今のところでも前の流し結構いいじゃんレシーブ流し流すはずいいから
20
それ使って
seconds. Second game, low ball, play.
So 1 game to the good, the unseeded Kenta Nishimoto of Japan, 21-12, that opening game, but the run of 7 straight points from 14-12 to close out game number 1. If you're an Indonesian fan, you'll possibly be a little bit concerned by that.
Service over.
You don't expect Ginting to be
1
losing 7
love.
straight points, do you?
No. But yeah, it's. I think the second game will sort of tell the tale. Whether he was playing himself into the arena here in the first game, or whether he perhaps is a little bit limited. We saw in the interval that he had his back strapped. No, that's not uncommon, but it's very difficult for us to see whether it's something that's really severe or it's just precautions.
Service over. 1-all.
Oi. Timing was off on the smash there from Ginting.
That's short.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, didn't put it away.
Oh.
That's good defence from this man, Nishimoto.
2-1.
That's concern. We don't see the way he comes, and he gives up midway. Ginting. That's concerning the way I see it. Missed it.
Technical officials, court number 3.
3-1.
What a game. Again, did you put it away?
Went for a drop shot instead of a smash.
4-1.
It's terribly difficult, isn't it, Steen, when a player gets in a psychological rut? You know, how do you get yourself out? How do you get your confidence back?
You go. You try to go back in terms of development, try to go back to basics, try to do things simpler. Go down in complexity of exercises.
Service over.
But it's not easy, and you never know
No.
exactly when things will change. You hope they will change, but you also tend to, there's a lot of players that I've experienced that tend to see a bad patch as a streak, but a good result as a single event,
Yeah.
instead of looking at it the other way. I'm thinking, hey, today's gonna change.
4.
Yeah.
But most likely you have to have prepared in a way that says I've done something better or different or
Kenta
gain
Nishimoto
new insights,
challenges.
and that's what's going to help me.
Out.
If you haven't done that, then it's difficult to believe that it's going to change.
Yeah. Well, this is the first challenge of this match. Yeah. I didn't think he would have much joy with that.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 4 all.
Om cirka 10 minutter, når klokken bliver 5, så skriver Sara Thyssen og Michael Froregård autografer ude i Family Fan Zone. In 10 minutes at 5 o'clock, Sara Thyssen and Michael Froregård will be signing autographs in the Family Fan Zone up front.
Better pace.
Yeah. It was good movement forward
Yeah.
from Ginting.
5-4.
4 straight points to go into the lead. Longest rally so far, only 24 shots. Overdone it.
Service over. 5 all.
Nishimoto's always, I felt, had a bit of a tough time. He had Kenta Momota playing at the same time as him. Now he's got Kodai Naraoka. In fact, he's dropped down to number 3 Japanese player on the world ranking list as Nishimoto. Nicely done, because he and Koki Watanabe swapped places yesterday.
Wow.
He went up to number 13, pushing Nishimoto down to 14.
Which is, for him, positive result in Finland.
Yes, where he was semi-finalist, Watanabe.
That's beautifully placed. Ginting.
7-5.
6 of the last 7 points. Yeah, that's on the line. That's a beauty.
It's a bit too simple, Nishimoto's front court play at the moment. There's no deceptions on it.
5.
And unless it gets Ginting a little bit out of balance, then I think you're going to see the Indonesian take over initiative here in this second game. There was that little angle.
Service over. 6-8.
It's a good net shot from Ginting.
Service over. 9,
Forced the
6.
error.
Good shot.
Ten, 6.
Yeah, just a little bit of reverse slice on that.
Yeah. Former Indonesian Olympic gold medalist Taufik Hidayat. He oftentimes had a little bit of reverse slice on his smashes that made them extremely efficient because they tended to stop a little bit before the opponent thought they would stop or hit the floor. Actually, they didn't stop, they hit the floor.
10, 6. Play.
Missed it.
Service over.
I know that miss, but that's probably the crispest smash that Ginting has hit all
7,
match.
10.
Yeah.
You noticed it in the opening game. His timing was slightly
Yeah,
off.
it was off.
Maybe that was the drift.
Yeah, and it's the first round.
Yeah, and he travelled from Finland to here, so I don't know what day he travelled. He's had much practice time since he arrived.
I thought he was going to say that he must have been mighty cold.
Oh,
shot.
look at that. That's delightful.
But that's one of the things I recall. I've mentioned it, I think, past the Olympics, that Ginting is fast, but his defensive movements are not that fast. There's other players that are faster in his defensive movement than this one here. I mean, he was completely
Left strike.
floored. Yeah.
Yep. Nice return of
Service over.
serve. He was
11-8
fast out of the blocks
interval.
there. And it's a 3-point advantage to Ginting here at the mid-game interval.
こっち側のことはやっぱ
the
次はちょっと
second
難しいね、やっぱちょっとあれやろ、後ろアウト怖がってね、怖がってしまうの当然だから、で今さ短いヘアピンを打って本来は上げてもらいたいところなんだけど、短いヘアピンを逆にされ返して上げてるシーンが結構多い。だったらちょっと流してもいいからワンジャンプちょっとやってくる、特にラウンドね、特にラウンドで、その時に、長く出すから、もしかしたらね、フォールのオープンに使うかもしれないけど、うまくこう、ラウンドワンジャンプ出ないながら
Jangan mau tinggi-tinggi dulu. Tas, yang penting kencang aja udah. Dan banyak kamu kayak silang itu tadi. Kalau bisa silang. Tapi variasinya kan lurus kan. Nah, depannya udah benar. Ada kesempatan pegang.
11-8.
Ya, tadi jadi nggak usah kenceng. Kalau pinggangnya sakit nggak usah kenceng banget, tapi
Oh, badly deflected by the net cord. Push
Well,
from Ginting. It ended up
8.
as a sort of net shot. Yeah. Difficult for Nishimoto. Oh, that's magnificent. What a lovely cross-court net shot in the end from Nishimoto. That's a beauty. It really is.
9-12.
That's a good deception from the front court by Nishimoto. And if he can do that, then things becomes difficult for Ginting.
Well, there hasn't been...
There it was.
Yeah. Hasn't been an Indonesian winner of the men's singles at this particular tournament, the Denmark Open, for 15 years.
Wow.
11,
Santoso. Yeah.
And do you remember who he beat in the final? Left-hander?
Joachim Persson.
No.
No.
It was Mark Schwiebler
Mark Schwiebler.
from Germany.
That was the famous tournament where Schwiebler came back from 16-4 in the decider against Hafiz Hashim, I think.
That's right. There was some extraordinary thing
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
yes.
12.
Well, this is extraordinary too, because it's 4 straight points for Nishimoto and he's back level. All started with a good flick serve.
Wow. If I were not Taufik,
12.
and yeah, if I were Taufik, then in his heydays, but if I were Ginting, I would try and move the plate, the short forehand of Nishimoto when playing the front court. Doesn't seem like he's having that many deceptions from his forehand side.
Well, 5 straight points and into the lead, Nishimoto. And that's gone under the net.
14, 12.
What on earth has happened?
Kenta?
He's taking much more initiative, Nishimoto,
Play.
even though he's playing with the drift. Good net shot.
Service over.
And finally, that run comes to an end. But that had been 6 straight points.
13, 14.
Now Ginting has to play catch-up.
Quick towel.
Looked to be in a strong position at
Quick.
12-8,
Yes.
didn't he?
Family Fernzone er det nu muligt at få autografer og hilse på Michael Furgaard og Sara Thyssen, den danske dameløbere, der var i kvartfinalen til OL, og som spiller deres sidste turnering sammen her i Odense. And the family Fernzone up front.
Oh, he's nervous, Nishimoto. That's the typical sign that he's holding his racket over his head.
Service over. 15,
Is that
13.
specific to him?
Yes, I think so.
His sign of nerve?
His sign of trying to loosen up, stretching, and
Thank you. Service over.
good body smash from Ginting.
14, 15.
He's playing with more urgency here in the second game, the Indonesian.
Oh,
Wow.
super. Lovely.
15,
level.
all.
Yeah, got the perfect net shot, Ginting. Well, Ginting didn't want the
16,
shuttle change.
15.
That's interesting. The umpire agreed with Nishimoto. Missed it.
Kenta Nishimoto challenges, goal, out.
Well, if he's wrong on this, he's got no challenges left.
Yeah.
And I think he's wrong.
I think you're right. The line judge first pointed at the line as if it was good and then waved his arms.
Yeah, it was wide. So no
Challenge
challenges left for
unsuccessful.
Nishimoto.
No challenge remaining. 17-15. Play.
I like that serve.
Yes.
Just a little different angle. A 3-point advantage and 3 points away, Ginting, from a third and
15.
deciding game. Yes, there's this sense of urgency. You noticed it from Ginting now. Short. Oh, I guessed correctly. Yeah. The lift was so short
19-15.
that he might as well guess which side it was coming. Look, he's already moved. And he guessed correctly. 2 points needed to secure the second game. Pushed out long, and it's game point
20,
opportunities
game point,
for the number 8
15.
seed, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting.
20 seconds. Clock 2, 20 seconds.
That'll do
Game.
very nicely. Threaded it
Second
down the
game
line,
won by
and it's
Anthony
one
Sinisuka
game all.
Ginting, 21-15.
21-15 confirms
One
the
game all.
umpire. 41 minutes into the match. And we will be treated to a third and deciding game.
Final game. No ball.
まずネガティブな考え一回やめよう、こっちポジティブに。そうもったいなかったけど一回それ忘れてね、試合終わってから反省するからね。今試合中だからね。ポジティブだからね。でちょうどさ、俺が一つ思うのはやっぱり短いヘアピンの応酬になった時に相手がさ、このヘアピン結構うまい手があるじゃん。だからその短いヘアピンをちょっと減らすためにはちょっと流して上に見る、流して上に見る。やっぱ2ゲーム目はね、後ろ打てないから前速いじゃん相手がさ。このゲームはファイナルは、後ろロビングできるから相手は前ちょっと絶対スピード落ちるはずだから。
Cuman harusnya kalau udah panjang itu kan dia mau gini-giniin kamu, tak udah mau drep-drepan juga nggak apa-apa. Yang penting jangan turun bolanya, pas gituin aja, ya. Nah, serangannya gitu kalau pinggangnya nggak enak, kamu ceplik aja. Nah, sekali-sekali ada birunya Ting, karena memang dia jaga kan belakang tuh. Nah, kamu ces gitu. Tapi kalau bisa memang kalau bolanya tanggung, ya agak kencang dikit gitu Ting, walaupun nggak pakai badan, pas gitu. Kebanyakan ke kirinya, ke backhand. Tapi kalau dari silang sini boleh ya.
Code 1, 20 seconds.
Kalau dari sini
Code
ke
1,
kirinya,
20 seconds.
Ya, coba ya. Oke, come on.
Final game. Low ball. Play.
So final game in this first round men's singles. Number 8 seed Anthony Sinisuka Ginting against Kenta Nishimoto. Nishimoto took the opening game to 12 on a run of 7 straight points to close out game number 1. And
Service over. 1 love.
closed out game number 2, 21-15, on a run of 8 straight points.
Service over.
Yeah, 15-13.
Yeah.
1
And
all.
this is going to be interesting to compare the first game to this first part of the third game here. I think we're going to see a different intensity from at least Ginting.
Oh, that's a beauty.
2-1.
8-17.
Another nice serve.
Yes, they're working really well.
Yeah. Slight change of angle.
Yeah.
3-1.
I recall some of the encounters between Peter Gale and Tawfiq Hidayat
4-1.
back in the days, and Peter at some point had a good stretch against Tawfiq, but that stretch stopped when Tawfiq started serving towards the sidelines. That really
5-1.
nullified Peter's strong service returns on the low serves.
Wow.
6-1. Pass the shuttle.
I'm not sure he's going full throttle, Ginting, but there's more throttle than in the
Yes.
first game, significantly more.
Do you
And-
think, add to that, that Nishimoto has dropped his pace slightly? Or was it
I
purely
think it's mainly Ginting.
Yeah.
I don't see a lack of effort from,
Oh,
Nishimoto or anything.
No, I certainly
Service
wouldn't mean
over.
a lack
No.
of effort. But, you know, if he's dropped his pace
Yeah.
because of fatigue or because he's been worked hard in
Yeah,
that second
yeah.
game.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's mainly Ginting who has been able to regulate.
That's a nice
Oi, oi, oi.
cross block. Can't capitalise.
3-7.
And we discussed it also in the first game that he normally is a very, very good player in drifty conditions. You mentioned Singapore Open,
Yeah.
almost his own tournament. The
Yeah.
Anthony Ginting Singapore Open.
Service over.
Yeah. He's a joy to
8-3.
watch when he's in full flow like this,
Yeah.
Ginting. So, OK, what does Nishimoto need to do to stop this full flow?
Yeah, he's-
That's nowhere near deep enough, was it?
No. It's the same as he's going to do when they change ends. He's got to get on the attack to prevent your opponent from going on the attack. Again, forehand return.
9-3.
You know, just like them. I hate them.
Pet hate.
But they're difficult to disguise, and it's easy to read for the opponents. And he's not getting any advantage
10
from them, and now I think he's about to lose confidence in himself in this match here.
I think this deciding game has only been going about 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Service over.
double quick time.
4-10.
Coach Nakanishi is looking a little concerned.
Oi, oi, oi.
That's good. That's very nice.
And it's so much easier to
5,
make deceptions
10.
with backhand shots. Not only in service returns, but also at the net.
Oh, just long. Well, Nishimoto was slightly
6,
fortunate there because he was
10.
nowhere near that one. He wouldn't have got to it either. Yeah, he was totally deceived, but indeed it was long of that back line.
Service over. 10-5.
once
over.
again
11-6,
deceived with the flick
interval,
over his head. This
change
time he had to
hand.
play it. Yeah, way out of position. So it's 11-6 in the deciding game. A 5-point advantage to Ginting. Now, I don't know whether we'll see it, Steen, but it was rather nice. Nishimoto went and picked up the shuttle and put it on the service tee,
Yeah.
ready for his opponent. I wish more players would do that.
流してワンジャンプになって、これさ最初の3点ねうまくね自分がいけば全然わからなかった可能性をかけるよかけるで短いヘアピン来たらね来るのは相手は絶対やりたいから短いヘアピン来てスマッシュしたから
Squad 1,
一回
20
後ろ煽って
seconds.
それ以外は全部前流しでいいから頑張れ
Flashing agak panjang dikit. Nah, kamu tunggu agak depan karena dia mau gitu kan. Set langsung di blast silangin aja gitu. Ya.
11-6.
Yang penting berani aja, depannya juga. Ya. Ya, jangan lengah aja. Ayo, come on. Dikit lagi, Ting.
Yeah, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Carefully putting the shuttle down, waiting for his opponent to restart.
Service over. 7-11.
This is one of the pitfalls for Ginting. We always praised him for his net game, but as of late, there has crept in more errors than normally. So if he hits one of those error streaks, then it will become costly.
They made a huge number of errors on net shots in the All England final against his teammate.
Yeah.
Pass. Yep.
Jonathan Christie, of course, in the All England final.
20 seconds. 3, lost.
5 of the last 6 points to this man, Nishimoto.
Good play. Oi.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's what you call outmanoeuvring your opponent. Longest rally of the match
Service
at
over.
30 shots. Look at that
12-8.
delightful backhand. Drop to the backhand side. 2 of them. Then down the forehand, and then the little block to the backhand side again.
1-4.
And you were with us earlier when Antonsen played Toma Popov. Then one of the things that Antonsen emphasized in the coaching there, talking to his brother, was that he could not play too passive on the far side of the court where Ginting is right now. And I feel perhaps that was the trap that Nishimoto fell into in the first part of this third game.
Service over. 9.
It's a battle for the initiative.
Number 15, 7, 5, 2.
That's gone wide as well.
10-12.
7 of the last 9 points to Nishimoto. Look how Nishimoto's been pushed, pulled
Service
to the
over.
front, to the side, to the back.
13-10.
And Nishimoto's gone off and had a sit down on the HSBC bench. Look at this. Absolutely commanding the rallies now, Ginting.
Thank you. Thank you, Lanjut.
Just one shot shy of the longest.
Thirteen, 10. Play.
Wow.
14-10.
Just wide by fraction.
Service over. 11-14.
There's another one of those net shots errors you
12,
were talking about, Steve.
14.
Yeah, and I mean, he is normally good at the net, and that means that he goes for it, he plays it sharp, but if you then lack a little bit of touch, then suddenly the ones that are good, they become not so good, and and the tides turn.
And I think the tide has turned as far as the momentum is concerned. I mean, Ginting was 10-3 up. And he got a 10-3 advantage, I said, in 4 minutes.
Yeah. But I think
13-14.
I think they should consult. Both of them should consult Anders Antonsen and say, what is it that we should remember to do in the third game? Don't play too passive on the side where you can play the backcourt. You shouldn't do it. Should only do it once in a while. You should be the one with the initiative.
Play.
So just 1 point in it. Another net shot error.
14 all.
And Nishimoto is back level.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
I didn't see that coming.
11 of the last 15 points. This is a big point. That's gone wide. And Nishimoto, from a 3-10 deficit,
15
is into the
14.
lead at 15-14. That's difficult to understand how that's happened.
Service over. 4-9.
All
Oy,
strings
oy, oy.
are gone. Nishimoto's racket. Now all Ginting has to do really is to keep the shuttle in play.
he
he doesn't.
didn't manage to.
That's extraordinary.
16-14.
Well, we clearly heard the strings go. Ginting must have heard it too.
Good.
This one. That's when the strings went.
5-9.
Ginting
Play.
gets in a muddle with his movement and hits the shuttle wide. It's absolutely unbelievable.
So Ginting, from leading 10-3, is now down 13-4 of the last 17 points. That's just too inconsistent.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-16.
Well, it's not about who wants it more. I think it's about who can control their nerves.
Yeah.
They both want it. Oh, now that's a beauty. Made a couple of errors on next shots. That one was lovely. But look, he came from above the shuttle. Look at his racket carriage here.
We saw the same shot attempted by both players.
16.
Ginting successful. It could easily have been a netted shot, but he's better at disguising his forehand than Nishimoto is.
Yep. Well done, Nishimoto.
Service over. 17 all. Pass the shuttle. Ginting. Pass it. You want to change?
Court 3, 20 seconds.
No change.
Court 3, 20 seconds.
17
Well, you
all.
rarely see this in men's singles. The disagreement about whether to change shuttles or not.
11, 5, play.
First rally of the match. Oi!
Brilliant. What a backhand.
18-17. Kenta. Thank you, Lanjut. Play.
That could be very, very costly.
19-17.
3 straight points to Nishimoto. And just 2 points away from the second round.
Change it. Thank you.
And when you put it in the scheme of things, Steen, Ginting losing first round last week in Finland as the number 8 seed, losing to Lu Guangzhou in 3 games. I mean, for his
19-17.
mentality of, you know, trying to find his form again, it won't have been the best of tours, but he hasn't lost yet.
No. And the last 2 games have been much, much better than the first one.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Oh, that's a huge miss.
Service over.
That's also a momentum changer.
Yeah.
An error like that.
18-19.
Court number 2.
Wait. Change. court.
It's gone wide, and it's match point opportunities
20.
for
Match point,
Kenta Nishimoto to beat the number 8 seed, Ginting of Indonesia. 2 opportunities for Nishimoto. What a great fight back. Whatever the outcome here from Nishimoto, from 3-10 down in this deciding game.
But yeah, you're right. He's giving himself a chance.
Yeah.
Quick. No, only towel. Kenta. Oh, okay. Court.
Your opponents from Malaysia, Kenta Nishimoto.
Late.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, a string's gone in Ginting's racket. That didn't sound right, did it? Still match point, of course, to Nishimoto. He's missed it. I don't believe it. Longest rally of the match so far to save the second match point opportunity. And it's 20 all and extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Get ready.
Yeah,
Play.
we felt the pace of that. Short. Yep, got what it deserved.
Service over. 21-20.
Yeah, it's a nice angle. Fast drop, I'd call that. So it's a third match point opportunity for Nishimoto. And that's landed wide. Oh, he's challenging. Oh, I saw that as clearly wide.
Yeah, I also think it's wide, but obviously Ginting is challenging.
Clearly wide. And the match to Kenta Nishimoto. 22-20 in the deciding game, having been 3-10 down. An hour and 8 minutes for his hard-fought victory. And disappointments once again from Ginting. These 2 tournaments here in Europe have both ended in a first-round exit. And nobody will be more disappointed than Ginting himself. Confirmation of the score: 21-12, 15-21, 22-20 in the deciding game in an hour and 8 minutes. Nishimoto through to the second round. Welcome back to Odense and day 2 of competition here at the Denmark Open. It's all first round matches today, and next up we've got men's doubles. In fact, we've got men's doubles.